Wine is often perceived to be intimidating, highbrow, and pretentious by many people. But from my experience, the perception doesn't match the reality. And I wanted to show that by spending a day in what many people consider the epicenter of the wine industry in California. In this video, I went on a wine tasting tour of the Napa Valley, but with a slight twist. A twist that started in the city by the bay. All right, so today I am here in San Francisco and I am going to be trying to find two lucky strangers. I'm going to try and convince them to go on a free wine tasting tour of the Napa Valley. Ideally, it would be great to meet people who don't know anything about wine. They want to learn about wine. They want to have this experience. They've been curious about wine, but they've never just been out to the Napa Valley. And we go out and take them out there. That's kind of the ideal situation. I think I'm gonna ask them, hey, do you know anything about wine? Are you interested in wine? And then just try to get into the conversation about potentially taking them on this wine tasting tour. If nobody says yes today, there's going to be some improvising. Maybe I'll just end up finding people tomorrow. But I don't want to think so much about like the worst case scenario of that not happening. I just want to focus on trying to get people today. God, I get nervous. Oh man. That laugh you heard was not a laugh of excitement. It was a laugh of complete and utter nervousness. Now, even though I came into this video with a good amount of experience under my belt of approaching complete strangers cold, I have to say it's never gotten easier as the years have gone by. Hey, do you guys want a photo? I could take it with you.
Thank you so much.
3, 2, 1. Hey, I have a random question for you guys. Are you guys visiting from? Are you?
Yeah, we're visiting. Yeah, we're from Boston.
Oh, you're from Boston.
Yeah.
How long are you here for?
Like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys know anything about wine?
No, I wish.
Not the
no.
first thing, unfortunately.
Are you interested in wine tasting while you're here?
We thought about it.
Maybe.
We were looking. What is it? The Napa Valley.
Yeah, Napa Valley.
We
Yeah.
were thinking about it.
Okay. So I'm filming this YouTube video actually, and the premise of the video is to take two complete strangers wine tasting in the Napa Valley tomorrow. And so I'm just trying to talk to people like yourself and see if you would want to go.
I don't think we would be able to tomorrow just because it's her
Yeah.
birthday tomorrow. We have all sorts of plans going on tomorrow,
Oh, it's okay.
unfortunately.
But thank you.
But
Yeah.
Thank you so much for considering.
Yeah, no problem.
That would have been really freaking cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy. Bye-bye. Even though it wasn't the outcome I was hoping for, I thought that first approach went okay. In spite of the nerves I was feeling, I felt like I'd have some momentum going forward. Or so I thought. Do you guys know much about wine at all?
I know a little bit about wine, but we're not wine drinkers.
Are you interested in wine at all?
I don't like wine at all.
Okay. Okay.
The right demographic.
Hello there. Hi. Excuse me. I'm filming a YouTube video right now.
No, thank you.
Okay. No, right. No. Right. Well, I'm trying to take complete strangers on a wine tasting tour of Napa tomorrow. So, yeah. That's a no. I'm filming a YouTube video and I'm asking people if they know anything about wine. Do you guys know anything about wine?
We don't want to be in the video.
Okay, no problem. Excuse me, super random. I am making a YouTube video right now.
Yeah.
And I am trying to find people who would be interested in going on a wine tasting adventure in the Napa Valley for free.
I'm flying out tonight, so I'm literally not a candidate.
Oh.
And she's a recovering alcoholic, so she can't.
Oh, well that's inappropriate.
I don't drink, but I'm not an alcoholic, but I don't drink.
Okay.
Toss that in, but
that sounds
I really
great.
am leaving though. It's a wonderful offer though.
Hey, excuse me. Hi. I'm filming a YouTube video, if you don't mind. I'm trying to ask people if they would want to go wine tasting in Napa tomorrow. Complete strangers, just for a fun adventure.
Kind of booked for tomorrow.
Okay, yeah.
Right now,
Okay, thank you so much. All right, bye-bye. Yeah, that was awkward. Hey guys, excuse me. Totally random. I'm filming a YouTube video right now, and I'm curious to ask if you guys know anything about wine.
A little bit. Not really, but a little bit.
I'm actually trying to take 2 people on a wine tasting tour tomorrow in Napa. All expenses paid, like you don't have to worry about anything, dinner and all of that. And so the whole thing would just kind of be curated, and it just would be hopefully like a fun experience to meet some interesting people.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really
amazing.
fun. I actually go back to LA tomorrow.
Just got a flight.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang.
But that is really
We
cool.
would have said yeah. That sounds amazing. Yeah.
Do you live here?
Yeah.
Do you have a friend who would want to go with you?
We have plans during the day,
Oh.
unfortunately, and then she heads out in the afternoon. So
Okay.
yeah, that sounds like a great idea though. We have 2 friends actually
That are
gonna
coming,
meet,
yes.
joining us right now that I'm sure could be interesting. If you wanted to wait around for a second.
I could just wait. Hi there, I'm John. So I just met your friends.
Oh, okay.
I'm filming a YouTube video right now. And so I had actually gone up and approached them and asked them if they wanted to go on this random wine tasting adventure in Napa tomorrow.
That sounds fun.
That's what we said.
Well, then they were saying, oh, our friends are coming by. They seem like somebody who might be interested in that. So like I figured I would also.
Oh, yeah, he works. We're kind of busy, but it sounds like a good time.
Yeah, no worries. But
Well,
I just tried.
nice chatting. Yeah.
Yeah. I end up talking to people for a long time, but that's the thing, is like we end up chatting for a while and then it doesn't really go anywhere. We've already been here for like 5 hours. I got turned down a lot that day. Though the idea of a free wine tasting tour around the Napa Valley sounds good on paper, getting people to say yes isn't as easy as it seems. To make matters worse, my worries, fears, and general discomfort of approaching people were more often than not getting the best of me as the day wore on. I'm gonna go, I just don't want to do it in this area. I'm not asking these people. Dang it, I hesitated. Oh my God. All right, here we go. No, I can't do it. Jesus Christ. Got out of my head. God damn. Oh my God. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm walking this way. I know it is.
It is right now. At the beginning, we want people. Now we see people. Now it's like we don't want people.
I know, it's because I can't. You're right though. Once you're in the conversation with them, then the feelings go away. The angst goes away. But then every time when you're starting over from scratch and having to go up to a new person, it still always feels like, whoa. Hey, excuse me, what kind of dogs do you guys have? Oh God. Maybe not. Yeah, this is the point of the day in which I am now fully in my head. I need to just reset. I had to take quite a few of these breaks throughout the day, more often than I would like to admit. But to take some of the pressure off, I tried sharing how nervous and uncomfortable I was feeling with some of the people I met, in the most San Francisco-esque way you might imagine. You know what I'm actually doing right now is I'm on this mission to try and find complete strangers to take them on a wine tasting experience in Napa tomorrow.
Wow, what a cool thing to offer.
And I'm really like nervous to just go up and talk to people.
Yeah. Well, this will help you come into
This is helping me.
help you ground and open yourself so you'll have positive interactions to find the right people.
Yes, I need to just
It's gonna
like,
help you
I need to get
in your body and the flow, yeah, the dancing is medicine.
Exactly.
It'll help you through your day.
It's okay if I look a little bit foolish.
Absolutely, it's celebrated. We're like, yeah.
Now, as you can see, Golden Gate Park was alive and buzzing with energy that day. But me, well, despite repeated exposure to situations outside of my comfort zone, my spirits were sinking as the clock continued to tick. I was even starting to rethink my goal of getting 2 people for this journey altogether. By this point in the day, I was hoping if I could even just get 1 person to say yes. Hello, excuse me. I'm filming a YouTube video and I'm asking people about wine. Do you guys know anything about wine or have interest in wine at all?
A little bit.
Are you guys from San Francisco or are you?
Originally from the UK, but I live here, yeah.
Yeah, I live here, yeah.
I'm John, by the way.
Alex.
Diana.
So you planned it ahead of time, you booked at Camus, you booked at the other vineyards,
Yep.
you've organised transportation, even your car or whatever.
Yeah.
But everything was left to the last minute just for today.
Yeah.
To say, right now we found 2 random people who will go tomorrow within 24 hours. Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
Man, I would love to, but I committed
That's
to
so
staying
funny.
already, so I.
Reschedule.
Yeah, I know. It's just like when you're volunteering. It's kind of
Yeah, you
like,
made a commitment.
Well, I'll see if I'll just check if the volunteer thing is like if it's oversubscribed. I would not feel bad, but if they need me, then I couldn't do it. But
Worst case scenario, if you have no friends, if you can't come, be happy to take you.
So you're only trying it here during this time. So you didn't put it on social, you didn't, I don't know. 'Cause
No.
then you're guaranteed almost.
Yeah, that's part of like the challenge.
spontaneity.
Yeah, and like the discomfort of it all is to go up and approach a bunch of people.
Your discomfort or ours?
Probably both.
Okay.
well, thanks for inviting us. I will let him know if I can make it and you'll
Yes,
invite.
yeah.
So it's great to meet you.
Yeah, nice
Yeah.
meeting you guys too.
Yeah, good
Thank
luck.
you for the offer.
Thanks. Bye-bye. I feel good about him. Like I'd rather just like not worry about trying to get more people. He's got a good vibe. He's open. That's one of the most important things, is to make sure that somebody is open to the experience. I feel like we got a guy. So with the afternoon waning and a full day of wine tasting in less than 24 hours, I decided to call it a day and prepare for tomorrow. Good morning. Well, it is about 8:11 and I am on my way back to San Francisco. I am going to be picking up Alex, who you might remember yesterday agreed to come with me on this really random experience. Right, I'm about five or so minutes away from picking up Alex. Hey Alex, I see you.
Good morning.
Good morning, man.
Lovely to see you.
It's good seeing you. Hey, man. Without traffic, it takes about an hour and a half to drive from San Francisco to Napa. That meant Alex and I had a long trip ahead of us and plenty of time to get to know each other better.
Thank you for picking me up.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Yeah, that was serendipitous, and I love serendipity.
That's good. But have you? Okay, I gotta ask you.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you ever done anything like this before? Have you ever had some sort of random invitation from somebody and you've said yes to this kind of experience?
Not in this sense of being filmed, it being public. Privately, been quite spontaneous, gone off to things, last minute, but never YouTube, public facing kind of thing. That was never, I was more introverted in that sense.
I have to tell you too, I'm more introverted in that sense myself, because even as somebody who's making this video, I have not made a video like this before, so it's almost like an experiment for me.
I went through some of your stuff and I like the vibe, I really like the ethos of what you were doing, and a free trip to wine country to do something spontaneous sounded a lot more fun than spending my Saturday in spreadsheets and finishing taxes.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Let me go ahead and text my friend Reggie here.
So he's the man who knows his wine.
That is correct. Reggie McCollum is a friend and fellow Bay Area native who happens to really know his way around the Napa Valley. So I leaned on him to help me plan this whole experience. Reggie's got an eclectic background that, beyond wine, includes Hollywood, where he worked as an assistant to Steven Spielberg and George Lucas during his studies at USC. After college, Reggie made his way back to the Bay and worked at the wineries he set us up to visit that day, beginning with Caceres Vineyards.
Caceres has been the place where I came to learn, because anytime I come, they always welcome me in. If at a moment's notice I was in town, like, come on through, just come right up to the front. So it was just always a good, experience for me.
Founded in 1972 by winemaker Chuck Wagner and his late parents, Caceres Vineyards is a Napa Valley institution. Over the last 50 years, it's earned widespread recognition, including the distinction of having its special selection Cabernet Sauvignon named Wine of the Year twice by Wine Spectator magazine, the only wine ever to achieve this honor.
I always tell a story about my first bottle of wine. So I caused myself buying my first expensive bottle of wine. So I go to the counter and he's there, and I take out my money and I throw it on the table and I said, "Hey, give me the best of what you got. Give me your best bottle of wine." And I remember Eddie says, "Man, there's nothing here you can get for $35." Right? So what he does, he takes it's sort of the end of the day, so he takes it's called pour wine, right? Take a leftover bottle of wine, which, he was just being polite because he doesn't do that for anybody else, but he throws a cork on it and he says, "Here, take this home." He said, "This is what good wine should taste like." And so I remember, just going home with the wine and trying it, and I had no palate, so I didn't know what it was. I had no idea, but it was different. I can tell you that it was different.
The man and mentor Reggie's referring to is Eddie Heinz. Since 2015, Eddie served as the director of hospitality at Caceres. But before that, he worked in a variety of positions throughout his career and distilled his experiences and philosophy into a book he published not long ago titled Making Welcome: Enriching Life and Business with Hospitality.
So, Eddie, when did you transition into wine?
Well, as a manager, I was also a wine buyer for various restaurants in San Francisco. So I've always had an interest in wine. We've been coming up to Napa for decades. In fact, that's how I met Chuck Wagner initially, was back in the, I think it was late 80s, early 90s. And what had happened was I was laid up from an injury, and I started to rethink my career. I can continue being a restaurateur, a restaurant person, manager, working 6 days a week, 14 hours a day, opening new restaurants and all of that stuff. But at that time I was in my 50s, and I'm like, what do I have to prove now? And my ideal goal, which actually was manifested, was to work in a place that just was hospitality forward, treating everybody as they came in really, really well. And so I sent in a resume, and Chuck remembered me, and we talked, and I came on board, and it was my dream job, So now every single day, my job is to take care of the guests that arrive here at Caceres and make sure that the staff is cared for. So it's like, that's my job, and I love it.
What do you think of that, Alex?
It smells delicious. Let me go try it. A little extra something. Because of this.
Different from that?
No cigar, but that's pretty damn good.
People will ask, because we live in Napa, they'll say, "Oh, what's your favorite bottle of wine?" And people think this is a smart answer, but it's actually, to me, it's the truth. It speaks from my heart, and that is the bottle that's opening in front of me, because it's not really about the wine necessarily, it's about the people that you're sharing it with.
After a few hours at Caceres, we took a much-needed lunch break. After all, you don't want to keep drinking wine on an empty stomach. Reggie recommended we grab a quick bite to eat over at Oakville Grocery. It's one of California's oldest and still operating retail businesses, having opened its doors way back in 1881.
It's a good roadside hangout spot to grab a quick sandwich to where you're not spending 2-3 hours at a restaurant. So It's just a popular spot. Started off as a grocery store and turned into a great little kind of grab and go sandwich place.
What did you get, Alex?
A chicken gruyere.
Chicken gruyere?
It's a good recommendation.
And this guy right here. And you got the same thing too, right, Reggie?
I saw over 20 different types of olive oil, never mind how many different types of bottles of wine I saw. Cheeses, This is like your high-end grocery store, right?
Oakville Grocery was the perfect pit stop on the way to our next destination, Founded in 1976, Duckhorn Vineyards is one of the Napa Valley's first 40 wineries. Reggie set up this next experience for Alex and me to enjoy on our own. But before parting ways with us for a little bit, he gave us a brief rundown of what to expect.
It's the Merlot of Napa Valley, and it won Wine of the Year in 2017. So they'll take good care of you. You'll try the Three Palms Merlot, which is my other favorite wine, and they'll also pour you a little bit of the Discussion. But the Three Palms Merlot, it was really, they learned, or how should I say, they were inspired by Petrus.
When we arrived at Duckhorn, Reggie made sure we were taken care of by another one of his former colleagues, Major Chris Burton.
So you're going to do two Merlots side by side. You're going to do the famous Three Palms Merlot, which is Valley Floor fruit up by Calistoga. Because it's Valley Floor, it's going to tend to be more fruit forward, okay? And then right next to it, we're going to pour you the famous Stout Vineyard. And Stout is up on Howell Mountain, so this is on volcanic soil. So this is going to be more white pepper and spice, okay? Much, much bigger style, okay? It's wonderful.
Now I say major because beyond his experience in wine, Burton is a lifelong soldier. He served multiple tours of duty that spanned conflicts across different generations, including the Vietnam War, as well as Afghanistan and Iraq following 9/11. He even counts the late General and former Secretary of State Colin Powell as one of his mentors.
When you think about us, I mean us as the U.S., think about it. It started in 1861, right? Charles Krug, first winery. By 1920, we had 197 wineries in this valley. 197. And then our wonderful U.S. Congress comes along and goes, we're going to pass the 18th Amendment, the Volstead Act, and Prohibition is on. So now everybody is like, so they're ripping out their vines, planting other crops so they can survive. Well, move through time-wise, you get to 1933, Congress goes, we're so sorry. We're going to pass the 21st Amendment to overturn the 18th. So you guys can go back to work. Go back to making wine. Great timing, Congress. We're in the Great Depression. Who's got any money? You can't do anything. And then here comes World War II. Here comes Korea, Vietnam. There's all these bumps in the road in the U.S. And it isn't until like the mid-50s, late 50s, early 60s that things start to come back.
So even though it was illegal to drink under Prohibition, you couldn't grow it here and export it?
Jail. You're in jail. The only people that could do that, there were 5 wineries that had an exemption. You know why? They made wine for the church.
Okay.
Classic.
Sacramental wine. So the padres in the area here, the rabbis, the padres, the pastors, whatever you want to call them, guess what they did? The communion wine was ramped up to 14-15% alcohol, so church attendance went way up.
Oh, really?
Smart.
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
That's a wonderful history lesson. I didn't even know that about. That makes so much sense, though, in terms of why the American wine industry is behind, say, France, Italy, Europe, all of this legislation that came into play.
Ooh, you can get drunk just off that. That's really nice. You should try some. You should put that camera down and try some.
I know, I gotta drink some myself. I'm gonna pull my glass up here. So I have to ask you, so far, with this day, what have been your thoughts on this experience so far?
It's been lots of fun. I mean, I'm not a person who struggles with conversation. I'll chew your ear off about anything, even if you put a camera in front of my face, It's lovely speaking to strangers. I struggle doing what you did in making that first move to go and say hey, strange person, hey, randomer, I'm doing a thing. Would you do this? I can't even chat someone up at a bar. I'm so awkward. I will sit there and I would go into a bar and just drink by myself rather than chat to someone else sometimes. or like going to a cafe, you know, or whatever environment. It doesn't have to be around alcohol. So this, like, talking with strangers, great.
To wrap up the day, we regrouped with Reggie for dinner. Burton joined us as well, along with another one of Reggie's friends and former Duckhorn colleagues, Miguel Hurtado.
This is one of the few people who has a bottle of wine named after his family in their town. How many years have you got your family been at Duckhorn?
Close to 40.
40 years?
35, 36.
Okay.
That's been a while now.
And lucky for us, Miguel didn't come empty-handed either.
Check it out. I'd say one of the current favorites right now. Oakville Cabernet.
Oakville Cabernet.
That's right.
Great wine, great food, and great conversation. What more could you really ask for to close out a day like this?
Grab your piece there, Alex. There you go.
Oh yeah.
Enjoy that.
That's all.
Yo, that's wild.
We all get to have a chicken. I want the small.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
There you go.
That's how you live.
I don't think I can make it halfway through this thing.
We gotta do a Sunday's cheers. We gotta do a Sunday's cheers.
Okay, we'll do that.
As dinner came to a close, it naturally felt like a good time to reflect, to appreciate the beauty of the Napa Valley, and the role it played in bringing us all together that day.
How many people can stay when the alarm goes off?
Yeah.
I'm excited to get up and go to freaking work.
Put my nice shirt on.
It's not like, oh God, gotta go. No, it's not like that at all. It's a fun place to go.
Yeah.
And I know, like, that's a blessing to have that here. I was obviously born here, but to be able to pour wine and talk about it and maybe bring somebody into that world that is kind of intimidating, I like that.
Wine and conversation flowing. It's been true for thousands of years.
This is how you live, right? That's it right there.
Hey, yeah.
Wine is a craft to be shared and enjoyed in the company of others. What better way to experience that than through a spontaneous adventure like this?
That's Napa.
Yes.
John, it's been such a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Hey, man.
What an experience. That was really a great day. Thank you.